And hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the conclusion of the PBA50 David Smalls Championship Lanes Classic here in Anderson, Indiana, and I am surrounded by the dream team. Tom Carter, who competed in this event, and, of course, my dear friend Randy Peterson, is all part of this double Hall of Famer. Tom, we'll start with you. You don't like these lanes. Let's just get right to it right now. You don't like this pair we're bowling on.
Excuse me. No, I don't. For whatever reason, this pair always seemed tight at the back end. The ball would hook early. You get down there, and you think it was going to try to continue, and the ball just kind of fell back. So it's a trick pair. That's all I got. It's a trick pair.
Well, enough said. Our five guys are going to have to try to solve it. And the interesting beat here, Randy, is we got guys looking for that first PBA 50 title, including an established champion in Mike Machuga. But Randy Weiss and Pete Dohan, what an opportunity this is.
Yeah, it really is. But I think that ladder is going to be a little tough to climb, especially with what Tom said about this pattern and how it plays. I think it's going to favor the heavy-handed players.
Well, and we'll see. So the opening match, we do have two guys who know each other very well, a couple of West Florida boys, and Dan Knowlton and Pete Dohan.
Yeah, and Dan's already got 2 titles. He's looking for number 3, and he's bowling a newbie. Hey, it's the first time he's been on the show in Peter Dohan. But the winner of that match, he got their hands full with Tom Daugherty.
Yeah, agreed. I actually spoke with Dan before the start of practice, and I said, you know, that last match we watched earlier today, it looked like you were kind of stuck in no man's land. What are you going to do different tonight? And he said, I've got a couple new balls that I'm going to bring out that have some shine on them, so they'll hold energy and hopefully come around the back part of the lane.
We got Randy Weiss in the number 2 position. Tom, we've been talking about this guy for about 2 years. He's ready to win a title.
Well, yeah, he's made 4 shows. He just hasn't, cracked the nut yet, and he's got a great chance. He's got a great look, so I don't count him out.
However, at the very top, a man you know very, very well, and to be honest, to be fair to Randy, did your prediction to win it all, Mike Machuga.
Yeah, I started watching Mike Machuga a month or so ago when he was doing his stuff on this tour, and I watched his physical game, and I'm like, he hasn't missed a beat, right? Even though he's 50 now, his physical game looks incredible. And then watching him here live, what he can do still with the bowling ball, with his hand, with his ball speed, with angles, he's going to be a tough out.
All right. 37 and 38, whether you like it or not, is our pair. Pardon my voice, on the 40-foot Monticelli pattern. The guys will break that down. I think we're ready for match number 1. It'll be Pete versus Dan. Let's go. And no kidding, by the way, Tom's not joking. The last end pairs here are difficult. 39-40 was extremely difficult, especially for right-handers. And so we'll see how it goes. It's a problem you want to have if you're on the stepladder. A past South Region Player of the Year.
It's going to be anybody's game on this pair. I kind of like the fact that Peter is a much straighter player, and he might have a better angle to the pocket. The guys that try to go around it, they can find that spot down lane where the ball just doesn't like to recover.
Yeah, and Tom, I'm not going to argue that point. My only question mark is how long will his shot hold up?
Well, so far to get to this point, it's held up pretty good.
Now, the oddity here with Dan Knowlton, he is the 5 seed. So, actually, Peter Dohan has the right to tell Dan to start and where to start. Although, in qualifying, Dan was the 3 seed. Here's what happened with all of that. The number 1 overall seed was Brad Angelo. He gets to the round of 16, and he's beaten by Peter Dohan. So that threw it wide open. The number 2 seed was knocked out. And no, I'm sorry, that was Mike Machuga. He was the man who moved in. And then the number 3 seed was Dan. So Machuga took that favorable spot of being on the show once he won. He defeated Michael Harder. And then Dan got into it with Randy Weiss. Randy beat him, but Dan is the lucky loser. He gets the number 5 spot as the highest seeded defeated player. And Dohan was dead straight in getting to this stepladder final.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
Well, he handily took out Brad Angelo. Then
the veterans
when he got to Jack Jurek, it wasn't even a shot.
And what a surprise, straight to the pocket for a strike.
Yeah, we watched, Dave and I watched him label shot after shot after shot. I think we watched him pull one shot left in all of his matches. I mean, his accuracy was at a very high level.
Well, the Monticelli pattern was really kind of designed to play 8, 9, 10. And if you could keep the ball straighter in a longer distance down the lane, you had a better look. But nobody's been able to do that effectively except for him.
Not like him.
Yeah. I mean, everybody else has got a little bit more rev rate, was forced left, trying to stretch the pattern out with steep angles.
Agreed.
To get to like 7, 8 down lane.
Yep. He's actually a little deeper to start. That was actually a little deeper to start. That was between second and third arrow.
Right, that was like 12, 13. And that's
right, and he's been starting like 8, 9, 10.
Exactly.
Do you think the practice prior to from the high rev guys and all the players on this pair has something to do with that, or is it just the pair?
Right now, I just think it's nerves. You know, this is the first time he's made a show, and he might have been watching everybody else, try to burn their spot. So he's trying to, I hope he doesn't, try to outthink himself.
Got it.
And get ahead of himself.
That's a good point. Yeah, you got to wonder. I mean, Pete's got regional titles. He's just missing the national title from his resume. Of course, Dan's got a couple of national titles. Runner-up at the USBC Masters Senior Masters to Chris Warren. So Dan's in very good form. And the funny thing is, in Oklahoma, Tom, you were not there. Pete finished 60th. He was dead in the water from the day he showed up in Shawnee. He just could not get it going. And here he is. He turns it right around and fighting for a title.
Well, and a lot of us, and I think Randy knows this for sure, that there are certain patterns that are really conducive to your game. And there's patterns you think that are conducive to your game are going to be good, and your ball just doesn't see it.
Right.
And it's not that he bowled bad. It's just that you could have a great day. I mean, just an example, yesterday I had 3 clean games and picked up 3 splits in each, or a split in each of those games, and lost 30 pins. It went 84, 88, and 86.
3 clean games that weren't in the 190s.
Exactly.
Wow.
And that could have been Dan at Shawnee,
Yeah.
And Dan, coming off of the open frame, comes back with a strike, takes care of the dead wood.
I think it's always easy to favor the high rev guys when it comes to the senior tour. I think that's one of the things that a lot of the senior tour regulars, the PBA50 regulars, watch for. There's that new guy coming out, right? It's like, well, guess who's coming out next year? And,
exactly.
And it's always hand, right?
And speed.
And that. And so I think it's easy to look at this top 5 and favor a Tom Daugherty, Randy Weiss, and your leader, Mike Machuga.
Well, it is, because they can do things that we thought we used to could do.
Big problem here for Dan in the third frame. Second trouble on this lane on the left.
Dave, this is your split. Isn't this your split?
This is the one we've seen. I don't know, Tom. I hope you didn't have to run into that too much, but that 3, 4, 6, 7, 10 has been the dominant lead.
Yeah.
Well, the ball changes direction so hard on the back end. It's unbelievable. And if you don't get it to the spot, literally 6, 7 down lane, it checks and goes right through the face.
Is that a characteristic of the pattern or of the house?
I'm going to say it's the pattern.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's the oil that they used.
Yeah.
Current oil.
Exactly. And we've been using Glide, and this is current. And I just think it's a combination of the pattern and the oil.
Yeah, and I think what makes this 40-foot pattern tough is what Chris Barnes told us earlier today, is the middle part of the lane, that 20 to 30-foot range. And if you can get it clean through that part, you stand a better chance of getting to the pocket.
Well, we talked about it, all the players did. Like you said, 20 to 30, you got to get it through there. But then the key was, after you got it through there, you get to the break point, now you got to make the ball shape to get it back to the pocket.
Right. And so, again, that to me in my ears sounds like it favors guys that have hand.
Right. It definitely favors, I think, the Tom Daughertys, the Mike Machugas, the guys that. But Peter Dohan's on the show.
And he's bowled magnificently.
And Dan, who was 25th last week in Shawnee, in a little bit of a hole early with 2 open frames. Tom Dougherty takes on the winner, another West Florida guy.
Yeah. Tampa Tom.
We'll look at Randy. We got Randy here. He's another Florida guy.
Yeah.
Well,
And Dave.
And Dave's
And
Florida.
Dave.
Yeah.
This is Sunshine State heavy. Say that 3 times.
I'm afraid to.
I was just impressed you got it out.
I know, right? English is my second language.
Why is he so far left already?
That's what I pointed out earlier. Why is he so far left?
I think he's missing.
I mean, he should be 4 boards right of that.
Yes. He's been 8, 9, 10, and all of a sudden now he threw that 13, 14.
And I spoke with him prior to practice, and I said, what happens when that up-the-gut shot, that straight-up 10 shot goes away? And he goes, well, then I'm in trouble because I have to move in and shape it. And he says, without a lot of rev rate, that's hard for me to do.
Well, and if you watch Peter's wrist action, it's kind of reversed to create revs.
Right.
It's almost like a full roller release.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost a suitcase. That's a ball change for Dan. He just went to urethane and moved 5 or 6 or 7 right.
He did. That's exactly the same thing that Tom Dougherty did to Andres Gomez.
Exactly. I got a great story about that and what he, in his mind, did to Andres in that match, where I was thinking, Dohan's getting a talking to.
Yeah, from Jeff Johnson. That's Jeff Johnson. And, I was going to ask you guys, because you're talking about, why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? I'm wondering if Jeff was going to intervene. Sorry about that, Randy.
No, you're good.
Well, you got to kind of, it's one of your guys. You got to try to, what are you doing, or what are you thinking? Or are you doing that on purpose?
Right. So getting back to the Dougherty Andres in relation to what Dan just did, I was thinking that what Dougherty was doing, if anything, was going to help Andres. And Dougherty said, no, exactly the opposite. It was going to create, it was going to push oil into his break point.
Exactly.
Not create hold. And I said, and he goes, that's why he kept moving so far to the left instead of moving right. Now, if Andres moves right and uses that as hold, I probably lose. Exactly what Tom said.
Well, as soon as he moved right, one of the spectators said, what's he doing at? And I said, I think he's trying to create a push and take out Andres' break point. And if he can do that, he's got a chance.
Exactly what he did.
We see with Dan here immediately recognizing that was not a good shot.
Well, the problem you have with urethane, to me, it's always a question, is it going to hook enough once it hits the spot down lane?
And you can't miss.
Oh, wow.
How do you just shot the 2 straight back.
And it was actually kind of
had a little angle.
Exactly.
Watch this. There's a little angle.
There's a little angle. It's going to the left, and it backed up.
Yep.
Never did that.
It sure did.
Not even a wiggle on that other pin. That's his 3rd open frame on that lane. 2 makeables and one that was much more difficult.
Did I tell you how much I like this pair?
Yeah, you mentioned.
You actually left a bouquet of roses right by the ball.
That's in between 2nd and 3rd. Now that's shaped.
Yeah.
Is that the same ball?
He was thinking about drilling. That's an alert. And he was thinking about drilling a fresh one. But he is definitely farther left than he's been all day. He's like 14 to actually the tracer, which is 10 down lane.
I agree. But that one did shape. That looked fine.
I think we already know what Dougherty is probably going to do if he keeps playing there.
You think he's going to use urethane?
I'm thinking he will. He's got some practice shots.
Yep.
Well, one thing about Tom, he actually can throw it pretty straight, but then he can move dead left and go completely around it.
Yep.
But he's been living in that zone, has Peter.
That was the famous Dick Weber 457.
That's the Dick Weber special right there.
Take a look at what we mean, or what Tom and Randy mean. And there goes the head pin doing all the heavy lifting. And 457 down.
The match, the final shot that was amazing was against Machuga when John Verbiage blasted the rack. It sounded like glass breaking, and the 5-pin went around about 35 times and stood up.
Yep, it was just awful break for John. All right, Dan here. And, of course, we know that Dan is very, very comfortable in urethane, and it shows right there.
Yeah, he was like 8 at the marker, at the arrows, and 10 down lane, so he's got to point it up. It's kind of odd that Dan's going straighter than Peter Dohan is.
It's hard to go straighter than what Dohan has done, especially in the last match, where it looked like a yo-yo. He would throw it, it would come back to his hand, and he'd just repeat the same throw. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Well, when you get your shot, and everybody says if you stay out here long enough, and I think Randy can attest to that, if you get your shot, you better take advantage of it, because you might not ever see that shot again.
You're right. Yeah, when you have the berries, you better take advantage.
No, sir.
He's just struggling on that left lane. It's just, when it gets out of the oil, because there's really no buff, when it gets out of the oil, it just takes off.
That is his first mark on that lane.
Yeah, he's in trouble. I mean, it's bad enough when you switch balls in the middle of a game, but when you do it after 3 frames and you go to a urethane ball, that's because you know that you don't have anything. And
and it's not like the best 2 out of 3. He's only got 1 game.
and that's right.
Yeah, the max scores here for Dan 190, for Dohan 268.
And that's assuming Dan could strike on that left lane. And Peter has actually got this in.
He's fine.
Yeah. He's got it in hand.
He's
really
fine.
Well. That is one of the most unique releases we have out here, because his hand actually looked like it's on top of the ball.
It does. It looks like a suitcase release.
When he releases it. But obviously it's extremely effective.
Well, he's on his way to going 1-0 as a stepladder contestant.
You put him on an oil pattern like this where the track is the area of play, especially early, he's going to be there.
Yeah. It's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
That one looked a little left. And it is.
Well, that at the foul line to me looked like he reared up and yanked on it and just tugged it dead left.
That's exactly what it looked like to me. Watch this. Up and out early.
You see how he reared back?
Oh, yeah. Like the swing gets a little short. All of a sudden, the reaction is for the body to pull up, and that ball is going to go left every time.
It almost looked to me like he was going for the kill.
Well, exactly. I was just going to say that. He's like, okay, I've got him. I'm just going to bury it right now.
Yeah.
And he was going to drive it home, except for he drove it right through the face.
He did. You're right. Knowlton can still shoot 2-0, but wait, I think it's 190.
190 it is.
I think I added wrong. Yeah, 190 max.
Dan would have appreciated you being right.
I know.
But Dohan is sitting in still in an extremely favorable position.
I just don't think Dan, obviously, right now, or the whole game, has felt comfortable. So
no,
it's not the Dan that I'm used to seeing when he makes a show, because he's not as dead solid as he normally is, and it looks like he's hunting.
Yeah, that's typically what you see when a player is unsure of their ball reaction. Right? They're just there's that point where you get to the foul line, you're getting ready to let go of it, and you're just unsure. And a little grab, a little miss.
Well, you're trying to make that foul line adjustment, and it's just, see, that to me was a much better shot.
Yeah.
You know, he's more solid.
Yeah.
He gets a double out of it, so he can max out at 190. But
players get apprehensive when they have a bad ball reaction.
Oh. It's tough to commit to a shot when you're not sure about a shot.
Exactly right.
Perfect. Dohan pretty much just needs a mark here, right, guys? And that'll do it.
That would be most correct.
229 max
the worst
for Peter.
statement in bowling is all you need is a mark.
Yeah, I know. Hey, it's easy for me to say. I don't have a bowling ball in my hand.
$15-10.
Dick Weber special.
Yep. That's going to be enough.
That is going to be enough. It'll be Dohan v. Daugherty next.
Dougherty coming over is, I know he's paying attention. He's going to do something. You talk about defense. I don't know if you're going to call it defense or offense. What are you going to call it?
Well, he's not going to play defense against Dohan. He did against Andres Gomez, and he told me emphatically, look, I'm okay shooting 220 and losing, but I'm not okay shooting 220 and losing to 270. So if I do this with the urethane and I shoot 180 and I lose to 2-0, I'm okay with that. But there was no way I was going to allow him to do what he did to the other players in match play.
The thought process of the players of today, I think, is totally different than when you were on tour.
Without question.
Yeah.
In what ways?
Well, purposely changing the shot.
Yeah.
You know,
we never did that.
Using it, and if you did do it, the balls weren't as aggressive as they are today.
Yeah.
And so it can happen faster and more drastically, I think, today.
I agree.
Than it did back then.
Yeah, I mean, before you were like in a part of the lane and you waited for your ball to hook early, and then when it did, you moved. Everybody threw urethane at the same time. We never really thought or gave it a lot of thought about oil carry down with urethane. Everything was different. The way you beat your opponent was you made more good shots than your opponent, and you made all your spares.
Right.
That's how you beat your. Your repetition was better, your shot making was better, and that's how you beat them.
I think in today's game, again, the thought process and the ball choices are so, I guess, to me, mind-blowing compared to.
There's a lot more involved when it comes to that.
It's amazing to watch,
right?
You know?
Whereas before, we were more focused on making shots. We were more focused on our technique.
Right.
We were more focused on getting the right part of the lane. It wasn't so much about bowling balls because there wasn't a whole lot of them.
No, it was, to me, it was a lot about learning, especially if you're new on tour, was learning about hand positions and creating different ball motions.
Yes.
Because you didn't have a lot of balls to pick from, so you had to create different motions with your hand, speed, and loft. And today, let's just change balls.
Exactly right.
And Coach Plus is thriving in the bowling community. Coaches are reaping the benefits, mastering new coaching techniques, and fostering connections with athletes for ongoing growth and development. Join Coach Plus now for exclusive benefits. So Tom Dougherty and Pete Dohan will go at it next. And Dan Knowlton will finish in 5th place. Another top 5 finish for Dan.
I honestly think that Dan, and I think any of us, Pete being his first show and being a straighter player, Dan already got a couple titles, and he can shape the ball a little bit more. I'm pretty sure that Dan went in and was pretty confident that, I got to get through him. The one I'm worried about is Tom Dougherty. Unfortunately, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I agree. I think he thought he was the favorite going into that match.
Well, and you got to be confident going into the match. You got to think, well, yeah, he got here, but this is his first show, and I know what's going to happen.
Right.
To me, back then, I think we could change shapes of a ball, and it was more about, okay, I'm going to drill it with a pin here or here, and I know what this ball is going to do based on what I want to do with my hand.
I think I kind of meant the exact same thing.
And I don't see that in today's game.
The thing is these kids today are so much smarter because they have access to so much more information than we ever did.
Oh.
They know everything about every ball that's out there.
Right. And back then, for the most part, our weight blocks were just pucks. I mean, they weren't.
Right.
And you saw him on that first shot off to the left a little bit, and it nearly cost him heavily.
You see how he's moved in a bit, and now he's got to shape it?
Tommy's going to go right around him.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have to start shaping it, and now the question comes into play, can he get the corner out?
Here's the thing that I would think he's looking at. As straight as Pete is, all he is doing is opening up a hook spot down lane for him, and it's going to give Tom more area down lane to get to the pocket.
Dougherty's going to move in, and he's going to use that area that Dohan's been using, and he's just going to peel it off of it.
So as soon as we get that ball in hand or on arm in Tom's case, we'll find out what it is.
It's the dark side. Dark side curse.
It's a strike, and that's perfect look for Tom.
One-hander with no thumb, right over fourth arrow. He's a good...
I'd say 8 down lane, 7, 8.
6 boards left at the arrows.
But as obviously an older player by far, I'm almost, 19 years older than Dougherty. When you see a player like that come out, you just go, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You come like, why am I here?
Like our earlier conversation, you're always in. I remember when they were talking about when I was coming out. It was always that next group that was coming out. Uh-oh, guess who's coming out next year? Uh-oh, guess who's, and yeah, he's that guy.
We say that every year, and it looks like Machuga may be that guy for this year. He throws a big splashy double. Tom was that guy last year. He did win Rookie of the Year, but he only won one tournament. We had a pretty balanced year last year on the PBA50 tour. And Mike Machuga is the #1 seed. Randy Weiss will be next to take on the winner of this game between Pete and Tom.
Well, you look at our senior tour, and between Janowitz and Tom Hess and Chris Barnes and Tom Dougherty, I mean, now you got Mike Machuga.
Yep.
You got 5 guys right there. You go.
I got 5 guys I got to beat.
Yeah.
Well, let me throw another one at you, Brad Angelo.
And Brad Angelo.
Brad was the #1 seed here. He got beat, but he's got titles and he's on the shows.
And that guy.
So when you come, you see how many cash spots, you know that 6 or 7 of them are already gone. So forget about those.
You did pick up a couple bucks on this tournament.
I did get a check here.
Yeah.
So actually, since the U.S. Open, making match play there and making the finals at the Masters, Senior Masters, and this Masters, and had a good run at the USBCs, and now I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to ride that wave as long as I can.
I love it.
Yeah, it's the all new and improved Tom Carter.
Good for you, buddy.
You're running out of body parts to replace, though.
Oh, thanks.
Anytime. Hey, that's a good thing.
This just in. Tom Carter had his right thumb replaced.
Yep.
Oh. Is that a thing?
You could be the first.
Probably.
Oh, ball change.
Big time ball change. And unfortunately, the same shot on that lane.
Not enough shape. You see him keep pointing to the right. He's got to get it farther right.
He's got to get it farther right.
Yeah.
And I think he went to a ball that's more responsive, which is what guys do when they move that deep. They go in and they want to throw it to the right, but you got to have a ball pretty responsive on the back end.
Yeah.
But when you're playing as straight as he is, when that responsive ball sees the dry, it's going to be right through the face. You got to give it more area. And I know. I wish we could draw stuff, but people see the lane going straight ahead, right?
Yeah.
But for a straight guy, he's almost got to imagine the lane is going like that.
Yeah.
So he can project the ball to the right.
It's still a straight line, just not straight towards the pins.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's got angle to it.
And if you're a straighter player, you don't have the trust that the ball's going to come back.
And Tom, if that wiggles in the right direction, it's going to be big for him, but it's not going to do that.
That's actually a good 8.
Yes.
He got this wide and he knew it.
Yeah, he got that to 4-5.
Yeah.
And there is an out of bounds down there.
There is. That's a good 8.
I've seen so many strange strikes this week where pins, like the 4-pin, came forward and took out the 2-pin, and just weird things that were happening.
Yeah.
So makeable for Tom.
Should be pretty simple.
Curved it. Look out. All right.
Ooh. That could have been one real easy.
Could have been more interesting than Tom wanted. Maybe it was more interesting than Tom wanted it to be.
Well, and typically Tom throws a straight ball at his spares, and Tom's a good spare shooter. But as you watched that 4-pin trying to topple, I think the two got a little separated.
Exactly.
And he didn't want to throw a straight shot at it for fear of chopping it.
Ooh, look out there.
He never got that to the spot.
So, typical overcompensation for any player on the planet. I don't care who you are. I see it week in and week out. I've seen it for years. You and I have both done it. You miss a little right on one shot. The next shot following is left and up the lane.
You're not going to give it to the right because you're like, I don't want to do that again.
Right. And it's just the mind telling the body, hey, don't do that again.
So this one's bad for count and obviously bad for his fourth frame. Going to take a big run at it, though. No, sir.
Yeah, that's bad in every way because of that. You lose the count. If you miss that pin, you lose more count. But it's the only way to make it.
So, as a Hall of Famer, what do? Do you take the 2 or do you try to pick it up?
I mean, it would depend on when it was and where it was in the game, what the lead, if I had a lead, how much more important would getting one more pin and count. So it would just depend on the score.
Yeah, later in the game, you have to go for it if it.
Exactly. If you're behind and it's a must make, then you do it. He's got it in again.
I think he's throwing that Crown Vic Pearl, and that ball is really responsive. He's got to get that thing to the right.
It's not something that he likes to do, and it's not something that he's done all week, right?
Right.
Which is to open it up. And so that's what he's fighting right now.
Well, I don't know where he started, but I think he walked pretty straight. But if he does walk a little bit to the right, then his swing is naturally, I think, going to come to the left a little bit, and you're going to tug it.
Yeah. Yeah, you see all the players that feed the ball from in to out, they're always walking away from their target.
In today's game, you almost have to walk to the left to open up the lane because the lanes dry out so much, you got to chase oil.
Allow me. We have the possibility of a tie.
Oh, you took well, thank you. Took it right away from me.
I did.
Wow.
Beat you to it this time.
I do love your yellow coat, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I didn't mention it earlier, but
I tried to find one, but I
that's
haven't found
hilarious
one.
what happened to him. He got one that was like 4 sizes too small.
So did I.
no, that's
No,
you.
you. No,
He's
you.
talking about you.
Yeah.
I never ordered one.
No, he never.
He's moved way in there, guys. That was a pretty big move.
Well, if something had to change, I mean, he knows it.
Yeah.
Stayed with the same ball, just made a physical change.
Well, half the game's over. I got to do something.
And he knows Dougherty's not going to be shooting splits and making big mistakes the rest of the day, probably, so he's got to be the aggressor.
Yeah, my coat that came, it said it was a 4X, and it fit my wife.
She said it was too
Did
too
it come
large.
from Asia?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she said the coat was too large.
All right, needs to make a couple of better shots here.
Oh, he thought that was money.
Last 3 shots have not been great for Tom, even though this one hits the pocket.
Yeah, he wasn't real solid at the line. It looked like he kind
No.
of.
See when he falls off like that.
He normally doesn't fall off like
No.
that at all. What's amazing about Tom, if he gets to the line and when he catches the ball and doesn't throw it, I don't know how he does that. Just having 2 fingers in it. I'd throw it. Well, I couldn't do it, period.
Well, especially to bring the heat like he does, too.
Yes.
That's very impressive. Dohan now with a lead. They're already kind of walking off. A couple things we noticed that Randy and I picked up on from Tom in the round of 8. A couple times when he needed big shots, he really slowed his pace down.
Well, we were talking about it back in the settee there that when he was bowling Andre in that last match, it slowed down unbelievably. I'm like, somebody's got a shot clock. They're going to be looking at this.
Yeah, that's better. That was everything about that looked better to me looking at a monitor. You watch, he posts his shot up much better.
The thing that I guess as a coach, everybody does things different, but his push away, which raises up almost in front of his face, like you lose the sight of your target because the ball's in front of your eyes.
It's a great point.
I mean,
it's not something I would teach.
No.
It works for him.
Right, it works for him, but I would never tell a student, put something in front of your target in your face so you can't see what you're doing.
That would be bad advice. Somebody trying to learn how to fly, too.
Got it right. And that's why he doesn't want to throw it right.
Oh, boy. That leaked right, never got back.
And it looked like he missed it at the bottom, too. So here's the apprehensiveness. He knows he has to get it going in that direction. He doesn't want to, and it's dead miss off his hand.
It looked like in slow-mo he tried to almost, which takes energy out of the ball, too, and makes it do not hit up on it like I need this one. Boom!
Helping it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope you all didn't think we forgot about our Bowler of the Day giveaway, because the tournament is ending here in a little bit, because we're going to do it after match number 3, did you say? Thank you very much. Justin Bone in charge there. Brian Kane working with Justin. It's Justin's world, Tom. We just live in it.
Yep. We just do what Justin tells us. Now, does Tom know who the Bowler of the Day was? Because I wanted to ask him if he actually knew this bowler.
Oh, hold on. Let's find out after Peter Dohan tries to strike and succeeds.
Much better out of his hand.
Much better out of his hand, but I think that lane is hooking a lot more down lane than the right lane.
More return?
Yes.
Okay. But this is much cleaner out of his hand.
By far.
Yeah.
And it looks like a different ball, too.
Tom, do you know who Bowler of the Day was?
I do not.
Well, he's from Huntsville. He was from Huntsville, Alabama, and it was Jimmy Certain.
Oh.
Yep, 2 PBA titles, 2 PBA50 titles, 1 PBA title, and he was the first PBA50 Rookie of the Year. And here's the reigning one right now.
Oh.
So, got to tell the story since you brought it up. I was doing a show. I think it was the U.S. Open, and Marshall Holman was there, and John Marcello walked by, and his hair was kind of like all out. John's was, and Marshall goes, "Is that Jimmy Certain?" So ever since then, I've called John Marcello Jimmy Certain.
That's awesome.
All right, no trouble for Tom Daugherty. This max now is just 2 pins between these two, with Tom having the slightest edge.
Pretty low scoring. I was expecting more fireworks from Daugherty, to be honest.
Did you not hear what Tom thinks of this pair?
Oh, that's right. I totally whiffed on that.
I don't know. And obviously some people scored on it. I couldn't match up on this pair. I came from 250 and I come to this pair and I shoot 178 because my ball didn't want to go that direction.
Well, Tom tried to bring this in from way back.
Hit the pocket the last 4 shots in a row, and his carry is 25%.
Look how the ball on the back end there, when it got to the break point, it was headed to the pins, and right before it got to the 1-3, like it stopped and went forward. It never continued.
So now the max advantage shifts over to Pete.
Wow. I mean, this is like a boxing match right here. So he was throwing, this is interesting. That's a Curse, I believe, a hybrid. And Daugherty's throwing the Deviate Curse solid. Oh, he came out of his shoes on that one.
Yeah, he's done that a couple of times. It just doesn't seem normal for him.
He's trying to make it respond.
Yeah, it's that right there at the foul line, not really trusting what you're going to do, and he was going to make it work.
And Daugherty goes back in the lead.
This is where I think he's almost trying to play Tom's game instead of really bearing down and playing his game.
Well, he can't move right and go straighter.
No.
That part of the lane's gone.
But he can't. I think he's trying to maybe open it up too much.
Okay, well, if you're going to do that, like my adjustment for him would be, okay, maybe move a board left and bring your speed down.
Exactly.
So that now your brain understands, okay, well, I'm going to throw it a little bit slower. Now I give it a chance to respond.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to throw it harder.
Yeah, or he's just overworking it to get it to come around the corner. And, I mean, give it a chance by just bringing your ball speed down a bit.
Since he's on top of the ball, I mean, his hand at the point of release, I think as much as he's trying to get it down the lane, he actually takes revs off the ball.
Trails by 11.
This is why bowling is such a weird sport, because there's unlimited styles and releases that can work.
Yep.
Let's see if he jumped up after this one. Not so much.
Location was good and his hand was okay. Ended up in a good spot. Now gives himself a chance. Max score 201. Dougherty can shoot 212. That better hook.
Oh, boy.
Fortunate to get rid of the 10 pin.
He's getting it right out to the OB. But here's Machuga watching, just trying to see how much
just
room he's
overthrown.
Yeah. He got out 6-7, but the ball's not responding.
There's not a lot of repetitiveness in these shots that he's throwing.
Well, let me ask you this. Is he also trying to force something to happen that can't happen?
I just think he's out of rhythm.
Okay.
Now he's in jeopardy of losing because of the 8 count.
Right. I mean, his best he can do is 200 now.
If he makes this, and Dohan can shoot 201. So this will come down to the final frame.
Dave, I don't think he has to try to force anything, because I think what the pattern is giving them now plays right into his wheelhouse.
Okay. So it's real simple math. If Dougherty strikes out, Dohan will have to do just the same thing. Otherwise, we get 2 and 9, and we all know what will happen there.
We have the possibility of a tie.
Thank you. And anything less than that. But first, can Tom string 3 together? He has just the 1 double.
Yeah, it looked like when he started out, he's just going to Rambo the game.
Absolutely.
And Dohan doesn't strike until the 5th frame.
I think if Dougherty strikes out, he wins.
That's 1.
Well, that was the important one right there. You got to get that one, because otherwise it's becoming easy.
Agreed.
That looked to me like his best shot of the match.
Yeah, that ball didn't stop.
And taking his time again.
Uh-oh.
That's right. That was right and firm.
Yeah. I said, uh-oh, real early, because it looked like it was going right way too fast. And like you said, way too firm.
Yep.
So the best is 190.
Yeah, that's a 2-8, too. That's not a 100% guarantee.
Right.
Not on this pattern.
He's got to cover this to force Dohan to double in the 10th. Because if Dohan gets the first hit and 9 spare, we have a tie.
It's been a while since we've had a tie.
Yeah, you're right, actually. You're right.
We have ties.
And he covers it, so 190 for Tom.
Good cover. All right. Needs a double. Strike 9 spare, tie. Strike 8 or anything less than 9, and Dougherty moves on.
But a double ball game for Dohan.
Oh, is that left?
Could be Brooklyn. No, it's
No.
not. And that is all. Tom Dougherty.
That was almost
advance.
17, 18 at the arrows. He wanted to make sure that hit the pocket.
Just could not get himself to get the ball over to the right.
So Tom Dougherty moves on
With a 190. And he will take on Randy Weiss next.
Another gentleman looking for his first PBA 50 title. He's made a couple shows, 4 of them to be exact. I think.
And these are the last 2 rookies of the year that we're meeting. Randy Weiss in 24 and Tom Dougherty in 25.
You're good.
And he is throwing the venomous area.
2 of them on the rack. Thanks, Justin.
I don't see anything that looks Urethanean out there, do you?
Urethanean?
Not
No.
for Randy, no.
No, but Tom.
Tom, no. I think the urethane is done.
That's the next thing I was going to ask you.
No,
I think
and
he's-
Machuga's not going to throw it.
No. Alrighty then.
Wow.
That's about as far right as he wants to get it.
Yes. I didn't think he's going to make it back. It's like 17 at the arrows out to 4-5.
No farther right than that. Otherwise, it's not going to get there.
But that lane is the one that hooks.
Okay.
Even for Dohan, that thing hooked. Is the right lane is the one that's going to be trick.
And Randy chose to finish on the right lane.
He also chose to start, which a lot of the higher seeds don't do, I've noticed.
See, and the right lane, and at 40 is the same way. The right lane, on the pair to the right of them, the right lane just seems like it's the machine decided to add a little squirt down the lane.
To me, guys, that shot looked like it was right. Like he moved right and he threw it faster. That's what it looked like.
Well, that makes sense because if he moves right, he's moving more into the friction, right? And he probably added some speed because he didn't want it to overreact.
Right.
But
location at the arrows looked like it was right. He was closer to like 2021, his last game.
So he's going to balk and come back and start over.
And Tom Dougherty throws 14 pounds, which is, but with that rev rate, you can get away with it.
Somebody asking in the chat if Tom will ever go up in weight.
I
15,
don't
16.
think so.
I don't think so either.
He's had too much success throwing what he's throwing. And with a lighter weight, he can actually create more wrist action, which he's got plenty of revs as it is.
Ooh, 2-4-10.
I just think, like Randy said, I think he's just trying to throw it too darn hard.
Yeah.
Tom, we've seen this before from him, and sometimes we see it in these circumstances when he's getting close to a title or in a key match play. He will sometimes, maybe, it sounds weird to say, but throw it too hard.
And that could be, and he's a smart player. It's got to be adrenaline. You know, he's just getting amped up.
He's moved right.
Got it.
Well, you got it.
Yes.
Yeah. What is?
Dougherty, one of the best spare shooters on tour, on both tours, but he's moved right, and that's why he's throwing it faster.
He's got the ability to back that ball up a little bit, which is kind of unique.
He's a great spare shooter.
Proved it right there. And if you're Randy Weiss, you're watching, you have to assume that Tom's going to make that. So it shouldn't be too much of a psychological blow.
(18-8). Now that was totally different than the left lane.
You said that lane was tighter.
Yep.
Yeah, that didn't get near as far right as it did on the left lane.
If you can master this pair, the first person that does is, I think, is going to win the tournament because it's just the pair's a trick.
Well, you said at the top of the show it's one of your favorite pairs.
It is,
Yeah.
I want a bull.
You're going to get one of those specialty license plates for your home. It's going to say 3738 on it. Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to get right on that.
3-bagger for Randy Weiss.
It's almost like his speed and rev rate kind of blend the lanes out a bit.
Yes.
They kind of match. That was 16-17. Like his ball speed is such where his rev rate and that are matching the pattern, which is allowing his nice ball reaction through 3 frames.
That looks like he threw it like 15-4. I'm trying to see up there on the...
I can't see that far. Ball change.
Hammerhead Pearl.
And a hammered strike.
That hammerhead Pearl just took a bite out of the 1-3.
That was close to 16, if I'm reading that right, from Tom, miles per hour.
But that's going to be a couple miles an hour slower than what the actual speed is.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll say, I'll be honest, even with the glasses, that's a tough read. So
I would say he's more like 18, 19.
Off his hand.
Off his hand, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to figure it slows down 2 to 3 mile an hour down lane.
And that's where the sensor's reading it.
And that depends. And obviously friction determines how much it's going to slow down.
Oh,
holy cow! That thing.
So
he covered some boards.
So he stays kind of a little bit right of where he played last game. See, that's right of 4th arrow.
Right.
But it looks like he's gone to a more responsive ball and kept the speed up.
It is. That ball, when it sees friction, changes direction pretty hard. Well, and it's kind of obvious right there. And that's what Dan Knowlton tried to throw, and he had trouble on the left lane because it hooked so much on him. He got in trouble on the left lane.
No.
Just didn't make the turn. Looked like he crossed pretty much the same thing. That was a little farther right. That was like 17, and he got it out to what, 6, 7, 7, 8 down there.
And that could have struck all day. It was a good shot. Hasn't missed the pocket yet.
It makes no sense when you throw what looks like a pure shot and you leave something. Then you throw one that's not so pure, and it half or third pocket, and all of a sudden you're shattering pins all over the place. This game is very cruel.
It can be. It can be lucrative, too. It just depends. Well, lucrative. Walter Ray Williams Jr. has been walking around here. That's lucrative.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to bowl Hammond or not.
No, he said he wasn't.
He's not. His knee doesn't seem to be as serious an issue. He thinks he didn't have crutches today when he came by, but no, he's hopeful for Columbus for the 60 World Series.
Well, he got a quarter zone shot, and he said he feels pretty good. No, the other day. Oh,
well, Randy might want a shot of something else right now.
Oh,
that was tough.
Yeah, that looked good.
Brutal. Just brutal.
Yep. Ball hit and kind of deflect a little bit to the right, and
I think it's the worst break in the sport because you hit the pocket and a shot that can strike, but not only does it not strike, you come away with an open frame.
Right.
I know they talk about solid 8s and the corner. I get that, but I think the pocket 7-10 is the worst break
because it doesn't make any sense. That's then your percentages of picking it up are zip to none.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need cement back there to have a chance.
Yeah, the kickback's got to be extremely lively, or the pit cushion,
Yep.
the bar back there. And some of these newer centers where that pit cushion just hangs straight down like a curtain.
Yeah, that's
When the pin hits it, it's dead.
So can Tom take advantage with a double? No.
He just jumped all over that one, don't you think? He came
It
out of the
looked like it was in from the last shot.
Yeah.
And if you do jump on it that's left.
And that's a count monster off of a double.
To me, that looked like it was inside of target. It never got to that spot down lane.
It didn't. Then I don't know if the mindset is he knows that lane might be a little tighter, so he tried to put a little bit more on it. But when you do that, you miss left.
Yeah.
This is makeable, but it's obviously difficult. We've seen them made from time to time. This is another lead we saw a lot of.
How many 3-6-10s did you guys see this week?
Ton.
Great spin. He
What
did
a
it.
shot that was.
Well, you were warned by Randy about Tom's spare shooting abilities.
He wasn't lying.
I got your back parts. Don't
Thank
worry
you.
about it.
I was just
got your
hoping
back.
that somebody heard me.
Oh, we did. Randy's like, see, told you.
What he was going to say, but I jumped him. I jumped in front of the cafeteria line and got the last ice cream sandwich. However, as far as the max, look at the max scores just for fun. Randy has the edge there.
256.
That count makes the difference.
Yes, sir. I wonder if he moves in. Remember the location last time, 17-18 at the Arrows. That was 21.
Yeah. Oh.
He goes, ain't making that one.
That was 21, but up the lane and not enough angle. Watch.
Yeah, that was 21, and he got it to only 8.
Yeah. Crazy game like Tom mentioned where the first two shots with the ball change looked great. And then this. Only one time on television has the Big Four been made.
Really?
Yeah, that guy's in the building.
One time in the history of professional bowling on TV, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Pin came out of the back, didn't it?
Yeah.
Atlanta some years ago.
Well, now the advantage goes to Randy by a lot.
It's so funny when you talk about Weiss and you say his first name. I just think you're talking about me. Has not missed the pocket yet. Has Randy Weiss. Except now.
That was about third pocket.
Yeah, good 9 though.
I have to say, he got away with it.
A little too far to the right down lane. That's around 4.
Yeah, it's the last thing I think you want to do is get the ball farther right on the tighter lane.
No, I'm sure that wasn't his intention. But again, a good 9. You know, when you go light like that, it's 2-8-10, 2-4-8-10 combo.
Well, when you look up at the score and you look at your opponent, the key right now is basically, like you said, he's been hitting the pocket. Leave something that's makeable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, I think the game is all about just filling the frames. It's not going to be a big scoring game. It's just going to be who can make the best shots, which that's the way the game should be.
I agree. I don't know. I mean, we've seen this pattern do a lot of different things throughout the 3 days that we've been here. And, you know, we've seen some big scores, seen some bad scores, and a lot of it's been predicated on pair-to-pair. Tom talked early about how tough this pair is, and obviously it's showing its teeth right now.
Well, this pattern, I mean, we bowled on it, I think, 3 times since it's come out. And it has never played like this, far as being that far left. at the arrows. It's always played farther right, and you never had to really get left. Again, this could be the topography. It could be the oil they used. I mean, there's a whole bunch of factors, but it just doesn't play like the Monticelli pattern is played before. Oh, there's another half-pocket hit.
Yeah, there's a light mixer. We didn't see many of those over the course of the tournament, but a big one here for Randy to maintain a 19-pin advantage in the maximum scores.
That follow-through. That follow-through didn't get above his shoulder, and I mean his left shoulder.
All right, Tom Dougherty, you see what the line scores look like.
Ball change.
Yes, sir. Big-time ball change.
Now the question is, same area, left, right, faster, slower?
Well, that was interesting. We took a ball that was going to read the lane a little bit sooner and not be. I think his speed is killing him on the right lane. He might throw two different balls. There's a possibility.
We'll take a look as he we cut over to take a look at the ball rack, and
nope, he's going to.
Same one?
Same one.
Okay. Trying to keep Randy. We can catch him if he can. He's going to need this one right here.
That was obviously a great move.
Well,
Ball change.
go ahead, Tommy.
And I think maybe a speed change. I mean, he just changed the whole thing up, I believe.
Well, and I think two really, really good executed shots back to back.
Pressure goes back to Randy Weiss.
I mean, guys, you can make all the adjustments you want. You still have to execute at the end of the day.
Yep, 100%.
Exactly.
You can have the best game plan, but if you muck it up,
Yep.
it won't matter. Toss it in the garbage.
That was a pristine shot
Yep.
right there.
He posted this one nicely.
Yeah.
Watch this. He doesn't move after he lets go of it.
He stared that thing down all the way through the pin deck.
I mean, he's made one errant shot, and that one was just a little bit right. Remember, it was, I want to say it was a rip rack 7-pin and then a pocket 7-10 right behind it.
Yep.
That is exactly what happened. And right after the pocket 710, he had an 8-pin chaser, but he made that. Now he's doubled.
Wow.
That was kind of amazing, just the fact that he'd been getting him right of the tracer down lane. This baby was right on line, like 17, 18 to dead over like the tracer down lane.
The difference that I see in ball reaction for both players is that shot that Randy Weiss just threw there, if Tom's location was in the same spot, Tom's ball goes high.
Exactly.
Dougherty trailing by 19 in the max.
That's good. That looked good as soon as it hit the arrows.
Well, he dead posted that one. The ones that he threw questionable, his hand and his body was just kind of flying all over the place.
You want to talk about polar opposites of follow-throughs? Tom's flares to the right. Randy's goes dead left.
All right, so Dougherty strikes out. He shoots 227. Obviously, he can't do anything about locking Randy out. Mike Machuga meets the winner next.
Uh-oh.
Saw the difference in the move at the foul line?
Yep.
And watch this action when he gets to the foul line, folks.
It's like he knew he had to get that to the spot, and he just reared on it so hard.
Over-aggressive,
Yes.
it looked like.
Yep.
He's still got to make one more decent shot here. And not give in to the disappointment, shooting 205. But Randy's in a very good spot here now, obviously. And it'll be 204 for Tom.
Yeah, Randy needs to stay upright and keep it on the lane.
I like his chances of doing that.
Yeah.
So it looks like a third-place finish for Tom. He believes it's a third-place finish for Tom.
Hoodie goes on immediately.
Yeah.
It is rather cool in here.
Yeah.
Online, he just walked that one off.
Yep, that's your ball game right there. Randy Weiss is in the championship match looking for his first PBA50 title. And his opponent will be someone else looking for his first PBA50 title, but certainly not his first national title. That'll be Mike Machuga. Visit the International Training and Research Center, the world's premier facility for bowling research and development from athletes of all skill levels, training to elevate their game to cutting-edge equipment testing for USBC certified competition. The ITRC is where bowling's future is made. Come see the innovation in action. Visit the ITRC today. And while we're at it, you can plan your dream bowling vacation. Where would that be? It could be anywhere you want it to be with mybowlingvacation.com. You can discover exclusive packages and create unforgettable memories. Your perfect bowling getaway starts here. Plan your vacation today at mybowlingvacation.com. Well, I want to know who's going to win the Bowler of the Day T-shirt, the BowlTV T-shirt. And Randy, by the way, finished with 246.
Somebody's going to be hanging a new banner.
Right next to the meat.
Fourth arrow to like 9.
I was worried the 7-pin was going to be there.
Did you say under the meat?
No, next to the meat.
Next to the meat? That may be your best one all week. That is funny.
Ball goes high, 3-6-10. Only about 1,000 of those left this week.
In fact, you
He's still laughing about the meat.
Okay.
That was so good. So funny.
Look out. Okay, all good.
Yep.
I think every professional hates that spare, and they hate the 3-6-10 with a 9 even worse.
Yeah, 3-6-10 is kind of a nuisance, but 3-6-9-10, no.
It gives you a built-in excuse. The 9-pin.
Yeah, exactly.
You got your excuse. 3-6-10.
No excuse.
Yeah.
He's going
you
in
just
front of
suck.
the ball return.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Yeah.
way up there.
Yeah, and he's really good at this. I think it's a 3-step approach he uses.
Yeah, he's going to mimic what he has to do on the right lane. He's lofting, too. That was a full grab.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was actually a 4-step approach.
Yeah, modified, but
One right there.
this is a big grab at the bottom.
And
He's trying to get it over there and lofting it to keep it on line, but you grab it like that, as soon as it hits the ground, it's going left.
Yeah.
Has anybody done that yet in this tournament to do what he's doing? I don't
Haven't
think
seen
so.
Larry Verbal
Okay.
was in front of the ball return at the end of qualifying.
But I mean
Really?
the lofting too. I mean,
Oh, he wasn't lofting.
Yeah.
Larry sets it down pretty smooth, but he was in front of the ball return. He was setting it down probably on 2-3, 3-4 on the left side. And what was amazing, because he bowled right next to me, he started next to the ball return on the fresh, and it didn't take him long to migrate in.
Wow. Started?
He started at fourth arrow, inside of fourth arrow on the fresh from the get-go.
That's crazy talk, Tom.
that's why, hey, boys, that's why he's verbalicious.
Oh, my Lord.
So he's not mimicking what he's doing on the right lane, guys. He's standing full approach on the left lane.
So there, and he's curving that. But
Oh,
see, I told
boy.
you, that's free hook on that lane. So, question for Randy, because if you're taking that short modified approach on the right lane, do you do that on the left?
Typically what we see is players that have to stand in front of the ball return on the right lane, they use the exact same approach on the left lane to keep that same cadence and rhythm. Mike's doing exactly the opposite of that.
So a spare start for Mike Machuga.
Oh,
His last 3 pocket shots, including the practice, have all left 10 pins.
Just revisit how these guys got here today. In the round of 24, Mike Machuga had a bye, and so did Randy. Randy was the number 6 overall seed. Mike was the number 2. So Randy dealt with James Kraft and defeated him 2-0. And you had Mike defeated Michael Harder 2-0. Then Mike got into a real tussle with John Verbich that went to 3. And Randy Weiss swept Dan Knowlton. And here we are. And Randy defeated Tom Dougherty in the last match.
and Randy's looking really sweet here. He's letting the ball shape. He's not trying to overshape the ball. This is almost a thing where, since the back ends are so crisp, if your feet are in the right spot, it's like you don't have to help the ball. Let the lane do the work for you. Because if you try to overwork the ball, it peels off that spot inconsistently.
I think you're 1,000% right. And basically what I'm seeing with his downlane reaction is it's much smoother off the end of the pattern.
Yeah.
And Weiss.
Oh, my Lord.
You don't
Solid
have to,
8.
You didn't have to say it.
Well, what I was about to say, in all seriousness, I'll tell you when I was about to say it. So you heard me say the word Weiss right about now. I was going to say Weiss with a double.
Yeah.
That's how good that shot looked.
Wow.
Going back to his last game, and what did I think Randy's missed the pocket twice?
Almost all day. He's bowled beautifully.
Including last game. I think last game he only missed the pocket once.
Yeah, that 7-10. That was absurd.
Well,
That was in the
that's in the pocket. He went light. Remember, he left that late 8-pin. And here, frame 1, he goes high. But he's only missed twice, guys.
Well, and we talk about it all the time, and I'm sure you've said it on the show. The hardest part of the lane to control is the back end, and if you can figure out how to control the back end, the shape into the pocket, you should have the match.
Well, tell me if I'm wrong, Tommy, but typically for me, I was always looking to see what I had to do to clear the front part of the lane first. And once I figured out how to get it through the front consistently, then it was all about down lane reaction.
Exactly. I agree.
That's 4 10 pins in a row that I've seen
Mm.
him hitting the pocket. And real quick, guys, as we take a look at this replay, I want to give a shout-out to Mike's uncle, Rick Heverly. He's in Florida watching his nephew. and him and I have been friends for a long, long time. Sent me a text saying, "Hey man, just give a shout out and let Mike know that I'm rooting and watching." And so, shout out to our good buddy and Mike's uncle, Rick Heverly.
All right, Rick, thanks for watching. Still close.
Yeah, go on. Spit it out.
I'm just thinking if Mike doesn't figure out how to shape the ball a little bit better on the back end, even though he's close, he's going to shoot one of the best 190 10-pin games that we've seen, because his percentage of striking, doing what he's doing, I think is going to be pretty low.
Do you not think that the reason why is because of how much angle he's playing?
Yes.
That's what I think.
I think he's trying to create so much. It's insane.
I think it's too much.
It's fun to watch, but I don't think it's effective.
Right.
Got
it in the air a little bit and able to get a huge
That was high and
break.
tripped the 4 forward. I wouldn't. Yeah. He was left.
I would say he's not going to want to do this again.
He crossed 27 to 10, and it barely tripped out the 4. That could have been big 4 real easy.
That was left the whole way.
Yes.
Very fortunate break. Now Randy Watson stepping up in the 4th frame. That's what Dave calls him.
No, that was
Tom,
a Randy thing.
That's what Dave calls him.
No.
Okay, I'm lying. It was me.
It was you.
Watson.
I steal from Family Guy. I call him Randy from an old Family Guy cutaway. So that's what I do. I haven't done it, though. But he's cool with it. Cool with that, too.
It's so much simpler on the back end. The shape is easy.
All right, so can I just tell you what my mind is seeing on this shot right here?
Yeah.
It's what it looks like to me. It almost looks like his ball roll is heavier. It's slower. It's reading the lane sooner. And it's creating a much more subtle shape.
It almost looks like
slower. Just overall slower.
Because the way the ball is going through the pins, once it hooks, it almost looks like hook set.
Yes. There's no violent move in the down lane reaction ever. If he gets it a little right, it doesn't oversnap. If he gets it in a little bit, it doesn't snap. It just looks really smooth.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
He's going to be tough to beat.
He gets it into that same spot, like on this shot right here, where Daugherty and Machuga would get it. Their balls would go high.
Right.
His doesn't.
So, execution, equipment, what is it?
Ball roll. Equipment, hand, the way he's playing the lanes. Yeah, like all of the above.
So, I barely struck there, Tom, on the last one. We all thought he was going to be in trouble there. What are his adjustments? It looked like he's staying with the same ball.
Well, he's staying the same ball, but it's like he's trying to put too much axis rotation on the ball. And
because he's so deep.
Yes, and he has to get it to come back. Where Randy's at the break point looks like it almost goes forward, which is more controllable.
No, depending on what he does with the shot, I have a question for whoever wants to answer it, but let's see what he does here. All right, that's pretty sweet. That was his best one of the game. My question was going to be, is he committed to this strategy? Is this is his ride or die strategy?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's pot committed.
All right, gotcha. He's all in.
I think so.
All right, understand.
Unless that shot there, Mike's ball wasn't as violent on the back, unless he changed, unless it was an accident, it looks like he might have changed roll a little bit.
Okay, can I just say something about that last strike?
Please do.
When you see the 6 take the 10 out, sometimes it's in a very convincing manner where you know your ball's going through the pins the right way. That was not that.
Okay.
Oh.
And there's the split we were fearing.
It left off of his hand. It boils back to the thing that you said. If you can't get it through the front, basically you can't control the back end. And he's like trying to force it through the front, and he's just so far left. It's just, he's in the, I don't know. I think he's in the wrong part of the lane.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
Well, that's why I asked about the strategy, if this is the ride or die, because if there's still a little bit of time left, he might have to try something different. But if you don't think that's what his plan is, then we'll see.
I mean, my thought is that he's, again, pot committed. It's
Right.
He's through 6 frames now. Dave, to answer your question, I think it would depend on what happens with Randy's next 2 shots.
Right now, the max score for Randy, 270, and for Mike, 233.
You know what my move would be, though, if I were to change, if I was Mike Machuga, I would back my hand out of it a little bit, grab a particular ball that's a little bit smoother, and I would move right into where Randy Weiss is.
Well, Randy's got to be feeling very comfortable about right now, I would think.
Well, based on his last 2 shots, which were dead solid perfect.
That's in.
The pocket.
In the pocket, exactly.
But that's the difference in their ball reactions. He gets it in because his back end reaction is so mild. It doesn't overhook or over snap in the back. Look at that thing fade.
Yeah.
He's making this oil pattern look dead walled.
3-bagger for Weiss.
Would you not agree that that shot was left?
Yes. And
it went light.
Exactly. But he's figured out how he can beat the right lane, which is, to me, the hard lane.
The harder one, yeah.
And if he can beat the right lane, he's match in hand.
And that is his finishing lane, is it not?
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's going to put Mike in a big barrel of hot water if he strikes another time. But he doesn't.
Elbowed it. He elbowed it.
Yep, that was left.
Turned it early, made it go left, yeah. Watch this. Hand's going to go around early, and the elbow's going to follow it. And like you said, Tommy, way in.
He was like 12
That was-
at the marker, and that's way in.
That was a big pull.
In his defense, I have to wonder if he's gotten a little nervous right now. He's starting to see the finish line, and he thinks he's going to get there first. Just keep it on the lane. I have to wonder if there's a little bit of that. He's won at the regional level, so it's not like he doesn't know how to win, but this is a little bit different.
That is a great point that you made there, Dave. Is he thinking about it?
Is he? Yeah, I don't think at this point he was thinking, and now he started.
Is he thinking about it?
It would be only human if he was.
Well, exactly.
I mean, I would never blame him if that was going on in his mind right now. Now he has to refocus because let's see what Machuga does. Mike's now getting a sniff.
How nervous were you in your first title?
Well, to be honest with you, I really wasn't because I was the 5th seed. I climbed the entire ladder. So I had an hour and a half under my feet, and I needed the first hit in the 9th, and when I got that, it locked it up. I think it was more adrenaline and being pumped, being in that position. I think the nerves were kind of gone.
Okay.
But I also think that the way Mike's moving right.
He moved back right.
He's moving right. So here's, Dave, your thought that you brought up a few shots ago. It's exactly what he did. He moved right and backed his hand out
And left a bucket.
and didn't come around the corner.
But it was faster.
It was. So if he just softens that up just a little bit, I think he's going to be okay there.
But
it's the 7th frame.
Yeah, but you leave the bucket right now?
Yeah.
This is not the easiest pair in the world.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
At least he's not losing count.
Off of the open frame. That is the only good thing about this.
Right, exactly. And getting back to the nerves conversation, it's all about how you're processing the information that you're seeing, right? Our eyes are open. Every time we look at something, that information is constantly coming into your brain. It's all about how you process what you're seeing in front of you. That'll create any type of nervous energy or get you overly pumped or create emotions whatsoever. For me, I just saw this as an opportunity to put my foot firmly on the gas pedal and seize the moment.
Right.
I never once saw this and went, oh my God, I'm nervous, or
right.
oh my God, this could possibly happen. It was right for the throat.
He's trying to.
Much better.
Yeah, he's like you said earlier, Randy. He's trying to jump right on top of what.
That's what I was going to ask.
Randy's,
is he trying to emulate him?
He's trying his best to emulate what Randy's doing.
I think he did exactly what I said I would have done. Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly what he just did. He moved right. He backed his hand out a little bit. Now he's controlling the down lane ball reaction. That was still a little bit in, but because he's not jacking on it, it didn't let loose in the back part of the lane. Randy Weiss knows that he's made this adjustment. Randy Weiss knows that Mike Machuga could possibly take a run at him.
And Mike can do that and strikes out 223, but if Randy strikes out, it's 236 and a title. Wow. Big money shot right there.
It wasn't his best shot, I mean, as far as posting the shot, but, he got through it. He got it off his hand going in the right direction, and with what he's doing, the ball did what Randy's been saying. It just controlled the back end, and it didn't go stupid.
So Randy's going to have to watch Mike finish first, so Randy will have a very good idea what he's going to have to do in the 10th frame. But this, if he can sneak one in here on the left lane. By the way, that right lane, he struck on it every time in this game, Randy has. Or on the left lane.
I said he's not scared of the right lane.
No, yeah, you're 100% right, and he's proven it. Now this is the lane that strangely has given him a little bit of a headache. And if he doesn't strike, Machuga can take the match.
Mm-hmm.
And Machuga,
that was a little faster. That was a little adrenaline rush right there.
It never took hold because the location is fine, but it never took hold. And probably because, like you said, Tom, it may have been a fraction faster.
So that's the hook and lane, and it didn't take hold. I mean, that's the only conclusion I can come up with.
Right.
There was more speed.
Right. Because everything else looked fine. And throwing it a little bit faster in that situation makes sense, right? Because I promise you, he knew that if he didn't strike there, Machuga could win.
And now Randy has to sit there and wonder what's going to happen with Mike Machuga. If Mike gets one here in the 9th, double in the 10th,
it's done. This is all.
He won't need much,
guys. This shot right here is all about trust.
Well, yeah, because he's doing something different. This is only the second time on this lane he's going to do this.
Yeah,
all about trust right here.
Uh-oh.
No.
It was firm. The location was okay, but it's just too firm. Again, he moves right. He backs his hand out of it and gets it right. But too much speed to get it to come around the corner, guys.
And maybe that's just Mike's demeanor. He might have trouble backing off of it, controlling that speed. He's always pretty firm.
Well, Randy now in a position to take it.
Mike's he got caught in between. When he was way in, he was banging on it, right? But it wasn't working. So now the logical move is the move that he made.
Right,
but to go from absolutely banging on it to being real nice to it at the bottom and knowing that you still have to get it right is kind of a tall task.
Like you said, trust. He's got to trust the shot. And that's a tough thing to trust because you don't know if it's going to hook or not.
Boy, I highly recommend he strike out. If he gets all three, Randy will need 18 in the 10th.
Come on.
Cow.
Oh, my Lord.
You've got to be kidding me.
That defies physics and geometry.
God, what a time where we could really use a close-up. Look at that. Looks like it's leaning on it.
It is.
It's almost like it helped it stand back up.
Oh.
Well, the
What a
best it can do is
lousy
like
break. 192.
192 is his max.
If he strikes 9 on the first ball for Randy Weiss, he's a winner. Well, here's our close-up. Look at that. Look. You think it's going to nose it down.
Yeah, you think it's going over right there.
Oh, my God. All right.
Unbelievable.
Still a big shot here count-wise. It'll force Randy Weiss to get 9 on the first ball. If Randy Weiss goes 8-1, he's still a winner.
Would 8 out be a tie?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. No.
We all said the same thing. All right, so Randy just needs something good on this first ball. 8 on the first ball, and he's got it.
All you have to do is get it.
Yeah. All we need is just one pin, Rodney. Yeah, I know. We're doing the talking. He's doing the playing.
This is where you don't do any thinking. You don't think about the situation. You look down at the approach to see where you're putting your feet. You look at your target, and you go.
8 or greater for his first PBA 50 title.
It's in. It's good.
There you go. He's done it. Randy
Wow.
Weiss is a PBA 50 national champion.
He knew this was good as soon as he let go of it. Watch this run out. Oh, that was brilliant. What a wow.
He got the love tap and knocked out the 7. And unfortunately, Machuga didn't get that.
Man, he bowled so beautifully. Dave, are you going to go down to the floor and do a little interview?
Yeah,
awesome.
He's mic in hand. Look at that. See, there we go.
Wow.
Randy Weiss is now a PBA champion.
Yeah. He deserved it. He bowled really, really well in his 2 matches. Missed the pocket. Let's see, what was that? 8. He missed the pocket maybe 4 times in 2 games, where others struggled to hit the pocket. But his game plan worked to perfection, and his ball reaction really fit this pattern.
I think he played it extremely smart. He figured out how to control the back end, and that was the key.
Yeah.